of course, maybe you have a TOEIC or IBT centers or something like that, but you have to develop your own tests. You'll never borrow it or buy it. We have to produce our own tests in order to save the money. I am biraz nationalist. And then e-portfolio, in electronic portfolio, it is easy, it is very cheap, and Europass language passport, and each student will prepare his or her own passport. Should be ready. If there is a program, if they go abroad, and then they will use their electronic portfolio and passport. And European Language Label Award for Good Practices. I am also the jury member in the national agency in Ankara. Every year, we award the good practices in our schools. And this year, there were 87 projects were eliminated, 23. Now we visit the schools and we see the practices, good practices in the schools, and then we reward them. And on the 26th of September, we'll have the European Day of Languages, and then we'll have a ceremony for the good practices. And we wait Yasar University for the following year for these good practices of European Level Award. Thank you very much indeed.
Please do not leave. Now,
sorry. If you have any questions, Demirel verilmeyecek şeyimiz yok, hesabımız. I can answer, but if you don't, I'll stay here. Sorry. Yes, please.
Now I would like to invite Professor Murat Barkan to present you a small gift.
Not the question.
Oh, sorry. No question.
Questions we'll do after the ceremony.
I'm sorry.
After the ceremony, oh, sorry. You could, thank you.
Yardım ederiz.
Maybe during the tea break, maybe you can ask these questions. Yes, thank you. But if you have any questions, yes, of course, I am here. Oh, yes. Şunu da kapatabiliriz.
Kaplan. I'm from Yasar University. First of all, I want to introduce myself. I have a question. Before that, I completely agree with you that even though we prepare perfect curriculum, it's very important to have teacher development. Teachers should be trained to implement this curriculum. My question is, do you think that more focus should be given on testing for learning instead of testing of learning?
Learning for testing, of course. Testing. You mean testing for learning or learning for testing, you say? Well, I think two of them are the same, but learning is better, more important than testing, of course. But we have the self-assessment testing technique and self-assessed, and then you have to self-assess yourself. And by the end of your learning process, so you can evaluate yourself, and if you have the self-assessment grids. But in this project, ELP project, when we developed so many self-assessment grids for general assessment and also for listening, speaking, reading, and writing, So you can use the self-assessment grids. But unfortunately, self-assessment grids are not very valuable, and for this reason, you sit for the commercial exams like IELTS, TOEFL, or something like that. And then, if you are successful in these exams, then of course, and if you know, if you believe that, yes, I can understand, I can write a business letter, and if you write well, so you will be successful in the exams, of course. But first, you assess yourself. Self-assessment, for this reason, is important. But learning, of course, you will decide whether you know the language or not. The assessment is a certification system.
And I have another question. Thank you very much for the first question answer. Do you think that CFR-based curricula can be very successful in academic environment?
CFR-based curricula is getting more and more acceptable for the academic environment, and most of the universities in Turkey are trying to adopt them, and also in European countries. They are going to use CFR-based curricula because languages for schooling, the project Languages for Schooling, is based on this idea.
Okay, thank you.
Languages for schooling.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes, Turan? But you can use your teacher's voice.
My name is Turan Paker. I'm an assistant professor in Pamukkale University, ELT department. First of all, thank you very much. You initiated a lot of things in this country, and this is another initiation. Thank you. I completely agree with you that we should start with testing, yes, because this is a testing-oriented country. So SBS and ÖYS exams, all other exams, and students just want to pass, just want to be successful.
Yes.
Then since
they don't want to learn.
They don't want to learn, yes.
Yes.
So if they want to pass this bridge, and if that's the exam, so if the exam covers from the content validity point of view for skills, yes, they will pass the exam, they will be successful, but by having these skills rather than just the knowledge. My question is, yes. You said even at primary level, teachers, or it was not very successful. I mean, from the curriculum point of view, it was successful, but in the implementation, we weren't so successful. How can we promote more involvement in this? Do you suggest that we should have inspection again? Because otherwise it is saldım çayıra, Mevlam kayıra. I mean, we have just prepared the curriculum. Here it is, whether you like it or not. But teachers just want to carry on what they have already been doing. So there must be some kind of accountability, I guess. But
initial teacher training and in-service teacher training.
But who should control it?
Yes, stay with us, and in the afternoon we are going to answer.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, I don't. Oh yes. Ah yes. Yes. Okay.
My best to satisfy your curiosity.
Yes, you know.
Only academically, though.
Yes,
So,
you know,
don't have any other ideas or dreams by looking at that zipper over there. By the way, in this modern day, any artwork presenting or reminding any dirty ideas are forbidden. So I strongly suggest you change your posture immediately.
Yes.
I don't know what can happen, okay? I'm sorry, Özcan Hocam, I just wanted to mention that because I keep looking at it and then dirty ideas come to my mind. And just another quick addition to the questions. Now, Common European Framework of References, by nature, combines learning and assessment. testing is only an item under assessment. Assessment is an ongoing process. It begins the first minute of learning and never ends. So when you ask your questions using the term testing, I don't feel very comfortable about it because CFR is not totally based on testing. Testing is just something mechanical. Now, I know Turkey is an exam-oriented country, but we know that if you learn, you can pass any exam. But just because you pass an exam, especially in this country, doesn't mean that you have learned anything. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. You know, Aydan is my first PhD student, and then I handed it in, my Demirel Pamukel, and then handed it to her. Thank you, Aydan. Yes.
Maybe for the last wording, I need a defense for my university about that zipper.
The zipper, yes.
It is right at the back of your mind. If you zip it up, it closes. If you zip it down, it opens.
Now it is down, it is open. Yes.
But it is only an innocent why. Yasar there. Thank you.
All right. Yes, one more, then maybe we'll have a tea break, I think. Yes. Sorry. One more question.
I'm a teacher at a primary school in Turkey, and it seems to me that instead of changing the teachers, as you say, even though I agree that they need training, if you change the test, you'll change the teachers, because the teachers want their students to be successful. Right now, we're preparing them to pass an exam. Passing the SBS exams or the university entrance exams is very important. And so if the tests build on the European framework, then we will teach to the test.
Yes, so we should follow the test-based or toast-based approach.
Well, instead, I mean, the curriculum, as you pointed out, the curriculum is fine. The curriculum has been fixed, so to speak. But the test is still the same.
Maybe we'll have the professional testers, maybe, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed.
Dear guests, now we have a 10-minute coffee break. After the break, your concurrent sessions will start. So please make your ways to your rooms. And I'd like to inform you on something. Please do not leave now, because there has been a change. I've got two announcements. Anita Adnan from Nottingham University, England, isn't able to join us today, so her concurrent session in room C005 has been cancelled, and C003 FS room moved to the room C001 due to the technical problems. Please keep in mind that if you were planning to go to C003, you are now going to C001. Thank you. See you back in 10 minutes.